Hey everyone, welcome in. We are live. We got another live watch party. Actually, let me tell some people. Some people wanted to know when I was going live. Happy Mother's Day to mothers in the audience, if you're out there. Been breaking down that season 5 trailer. Wow. Thank you for everyone who watched the video. It was a lot of work getting that out. It's always like a mad dash. Once the trailer drops, I do a live stream and then I try to get back to it. And in fact, this past time it was like late at night. I went to bed and then woke up and started on the video, which I should have worked through the night, but I didn't. Class, we have visitors. Yes, Apollo James. His name is in green there because he joined the channel. He hit the join button. For even as little as $5 a month, you can join, help support the channel, and you get your name in green. You get the alternate watch party logo there. Really helps me out. You can see it if you're on your phone. You can close the chat. I think you'll see it, but it's right there on the page. Jim Timth, great breakdown. Thank you. Let's go. Yeah. I think Tori will be good. Yeah. She seems at the very least conflicted in the few shots we got here. I've been listening to a few other breakdowns. I listened to Cobra Kai's and I started listening to Cobra Kai Companion. They got 2 hours and I just started, so I haven't gotten very far in theirs. But one thing about the trailer, and I might have mentioned this here. I might have mentioned this somewhere, like in my live stream that night. But like the one thing we have, is if you compare it to the previous teaser trailers, are we gonna see any karate this season? I think we will. But if you compare this to other previous teaser trailers, so like one thing that's different, and I actually prefer about this one, like we'll compare it to seasons 3 and 4, which were on Netflix. One thing that I think about this one is that the previous trailers were all about just like a couple very brief images, especially like that season 3 teaser where it had like the heartbeat thing, because Miguel was in a coma with like a bunch of shots that were literally 1 second long. It was like 4 or 5 frames, and it's like going back and forth, and it had like 8 or 9, something like that. Very just out of context images. And really the season 4 trailer, the teaser trailer, was sort of the same way. It had a bunch of images just kind of out of context, very, very flashing. Like you literally had to go frame by frame to figure it out. Right. Like this one, it gives us a little bit more. Like we have a little bit more, we have the introduction here of Silver, and we see he's, Miyagi-Do closing up. So like we get a little bit of story. Something about that story we get though. Now, this is something Peter mentioned in his breakdown, what I've even heard so far. They've been talking, John, Josh, and Hayden, in basically everyone for a while now. Season 5, like, wow, this is just goes off in crazy directions. You'll never be able to predict what happens. And it's like, well, I don't get that from this trailer. But something that John, Josh, and Hayden said, I think it was at PaleyFest. I can't remember who they said it to. But they said, like, you can't predict what'll happen in season 5. And he's like, well, there's a few things because of the way season 4 ended, right? So the way season 4 ended, it ended with Miguel going to Mexico. Johnny saying he was going to go find him. It ended with Tori winning, but then seeing it looked like, the ref was paid off, and so it's like this tainted win. And then it also ended with like Sam saying I'm sorry to her dad and like crying. We saw those. So and that's what this teaser trailer picks up on. It basically picks up on the points we kind of knew were going to happen. Like we knew, Johnny's going to Mexico. So, the trailer, picks up on it, right? With a little bit of Johnnyism here. We knew Terry Silver was going to be expanding dojos and take over the valley. So that's what the teaser trailer is. Maybe the newest thing is how Sam is being portrayed here in this sort of dream sequence. We knew she was upset that she lost and she felt like maybe she let it down, but now we're seeing like a different how that's being interpreted. So season 5, from everything that John, Josh, and Hayden and Billy and everyone has always said, is gonna be like wild, crazy. You can't predict what'll happen, except for the few things we knew because of the end of season 4. And this teaser is basically those few things we knew. So like it's, so we haven't gotten to the whole, this is wild and unpredictable part. I mean, the Chosen was like probably the best moment. There it is. And
I am gasoline.
There it is. That's probably the best moment. But like we knew Chosen was going to be serious. Like we knew Chosen was going to be serious. So like, even though like it's fun, like this is the stuff we knew. This is everything we knew coming into it. So probably when we get to the full trailer, which will probably be in August, figure early or mid-August, just based on the timeline, we'll probably get a little bit more of that crazy, I can't predict what'll happen stuff. Gasoline. Yes, indeed. Okay, so definitely a lot of chat going here, but Darth Raven be the last season? No. They seem to have, if they haven't confirmed season 6, they have talked about how they were writing to go further. Take that for whatever it is, but it's a very likely that they'll continue on. Miguel, you want Miguel to turn to the dark side? I don't know about that. Oh, Cobra Kai wholesome memes had a great meme on this one, where he's British. He's British. I am patrol. Find Cobra Kai wholesome memes on Instagram. How are you? I'm pretty good. I wish I were better. Like I wish I got more sleep. I am ethanol. Yes, I'm 40% corn product or whatever it is. However much is corn is. Yeah, I'm gasoline. I am ethanol. Very good. Why do you think Robbie are fighting? Miguel and Robbie. Okay, do you specifically mean then at the water park here? No idea. It seems to imply Johnny's the one who brought them here. Because they're talking to Johnny right here. But why? Like, that's just a wild guess. Did something happen? Like Robbie's coming and Miguel's coming after him, right? Like he's cutting him off. Chosen may die. Yes, I'll make a video on that. That's probably good. It actually will be my next video. So yeah, we'll get to that. But I want to make a video on it. hope we get pushed back. I don't know what bank holiday in August. No, I suspect September 9th is probably set in stone. I don't necessarily see them moving. I mean, while they sometimes do change release dates, I think for the most part, generally when they make a decision for a lot of reasons, and it's probably set there. Speculate. Well, there's going to be a lot of them. Where do you start? So, this is a cool part. I like this. Terry Silver, fighting. So, Miguel needs to stop running away. Well, he's not running away there, but, it's interesting you say that because that's what, Tori accuses Robbie of. And there's a lot of different theories about, speaking of Tori, then.
Firsthand that Silver isn't afraid of putting kids in arms.
There's a lot of theories about, like, did he put a picture, whose picture he put up? I suggested in my breakdown maybe it was Miguel. For obvious reasons, like, Silver knows, Tori knows she still's got maybe some feelings for him or something, trying to get her to see Miguel as the enemy or something. But some people still think it could be Sam, which could make sense because if Tori's trying to just get over her feud with Sam, which we sort of saw at the end of season 4, this is like Silver throwing gas on the fire. Gasoline. And then other people still think it's Robbie. Like, Robbie left you for Mexico. I don't think it's Robbie, though. Because one thing we do know is from this moment, Robbie comes with Johnny here, but he doesn't know they're going to look for Miguel. So presumably Johnny said, like, let's take a trip together, kind of a payoff from season 1. You can decide where we don't go. So, like, let's take a trip together. And if Robbie, like, agrees to go with Johnny, I mean, he would tell Tori and Tori would understand. Like, it's not like Tori's, like, hurt. It's not like she's hurt. He's going on a trip with his dad. Like, unless there's something further about that. But so there's no reason I don't think it would be Robbie in this. Like, I don't necessarily see bad blood between Robbie and Tori. Tori loses her mother during season 5. Possible. I've speculated it. It seems like the show's drifting towards that direction, or kind of implying, it's not something, her situation is not something you can kind of permanently live on. And, they seem to make it clear she's getting worse. So definitely possible. I mean, maybe this is just after her mom dies and, like, Silver's trying to get her to refocus or something, and she's dealing with that shit, and, like, wow, like, and she's trying to, like, fight, but she can't. Like, I get the impression here she's not succeeding. Like, in this shot, like, she's like hurting her, grabbing her hand or something. Like, you get the impression she's not succeeding. Apollo James has been really on the TV. You left a comment about that too. I saw that. The TV. It could be Robbie. If Robbie stays with Johnny for a while, which is why he's at the apartment, could be something to deal with Robbie. Maybe Robbie breaks it this time. Jay Kisses, who was at the event, right? You said you were at the event. Do you think they'll show us Robbie saying goodbye to Tori? Or do you think it'll be off screen? Yeah, I think that, I mean, there'll be some sort of scene where he tells her he's leaving for this trip with his dad. So I'm sure there'll be some sort of scene. I don't know if it'll be necessarily the inherent goodbye, I love you, I'll miss you scene. It may not be all soapy like that, but there'll be something, I'm sure. Joseph Locker, thank you for that. The fight between Miguel and Robbie will be a tie. I strongly suspect you may be right. Where is it? Yeah, here. I didn't mention this in my breakdown video, but I did think like Robbie looks like he was injured. Like that's makeup, right? Like he looks like he got hit in the face or something. So maybe definitely could be a tie. So Eliza here is basically with the theory that Barnes will join up with Daniel Chosen and Johnny. Could be, but I feel like I feel like that puts too many people on one side. I still think Barnes will end up with Silver. Silver can manipulate Tori to stay in Cobra Kai. Yeah, I mean, I think on some level that's obvious. Now this is probably early season we're watching, but obviously she's still in Cobra Kai, at least in what we've seen. Peter, I was just saying earlier how I just started your breakdown earlier today, but I'm only like 15 minutes in of the 2 hours, so I haven't gotten very far. Yeah, like Jordan, like I was saying, like people have predicted everything. I said in my breakdown, I felt like Miguel made the most sense, but people still think it could be Sam, and it could make sense. Like he's trying to drive that hatred for Sam, even though the tournament's over. He could be trying to still keep that going, but like I think like Miguel kind of makes sense. I don't think it's Robbie or anyone else, but I mean, I would say Sam is my second choice. Unless he has like a picture of Miguel and Sam kissing. Like if he's, I don't know how he got that, but you know, he's Terry Silver. So like, so if you can see her with those two kissing, yeah, that would evoke some emotions from her. Thank you, Peter. He says my breakdown was great. Miyagi-Do's got the gasoline. But Cobra Kai has the matches. Robbie wins 100% confirmed. So we got a Robbie fan here. Why is Robbie and Miguel fighting? We just don't know. Honestly. I do suspect there will be some bad blood from Mexico because Robbie feels like he's got something going here with his dad, and then it's going to turn into, you know, Johnny looking after Miguel, right? So, you know, you would hate to say Robbie and Miguel are fighting because of what Robbie feels about, like, towards Johnny, but, you know, definitely that wouldn't be off-brand for this show, so to speak. So definitely it could involve everything that happens in Mexico and then other stuff after it. Bruh, yes, I do remember you. You came back and left a comment. It was 2 weeks ago, so but it's better now. Very good. Very good. Yeah, just, you know, ultimately they say time heals all wounds, and you just gotta sometimes get distance, and sometimes the distance is like temporal distance. It's just like you gotta let it go, but you know, dig into some other stuff, you know, dig into Cobra Kai now and just get your mind off her, and you can focus on other stuff, and it helps. It does get better. You are welcome, bruh. Looks like it's made of cement. Yeah, it's definitely, I actually thought it was like bricks or something, which, yeah, I mean, it could be something like that. It could just be some sort of other training material thing. Tyrone Woodley, yeah. And something I need to explain. I said his name wrong in the stupid thing. And you know what happened? There he is. Is like I wanted to look him up to double check because I don't know who he is. Like, I don't follow the MMA. And I just, like, I searched MMA star in Cobra Kai or something, and it pulled up a bunch of pages, and I clicked on one, and the page I clicked on had his name misspelled. It was like Tyrone, Wodley. It was like, so it only had one O. So I thought, oh, is his name Wadley? I thought it was Woodley. So in my breakdown, I say Tyrone Wadley because I was going off this one website, and obviously the site was wrong. And now I got like several comments, it's Woodley, not Wadley. And I'm like, oh God. It's a picture of Ann Candace. Yeah. I guess that would work, but I think that would generate more anger from Tori, not necessarily mixed emotions. Jake Paul knocked him into Cobra Kai. Yeah. People have talked about that. Jake Paul beat him. I don't know. Is Jake Paul like a legit MMA tier fighter? I barely know who Jake Paul is myself. I just see about him because he does these fights. He's like a YouTuber celebrity guy who does like crazy fights and apparently wins or something. I don't know. Johnny will propose to Carmen by the end of season 5. I think that makes sense. It just felt like, depending on how long the show goes, like 7 seasons or so, they'd probably have a marriage storyline between Johnny and Carmen at some point. And him proposing at the end of 5 and maybe getting married at the end of 6 or early in 7 makes sense. No Snake or Dennis yet. Correct. And as I pointed out in my breakdown video, these are clearly the senseis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we count Tori, that's 6. And if you look back at the map, you know, he's got at least 9 locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this 9. I forgot that one. So we got like 9 locations. So he definitely needs more senseis. You can figure like Barnes, Snake, maybe Dennis. I didn't think Dennis was a fighter, but definitely Miguel could be using Miyagi-Do techniques. Yes, Tyrone Woodley, we know. Do you think Johnny will break up the fight between Robbie and Miguel outside the apartment? Yeah, definitely, possibly, if he's there. Quite possible no one else is around, which is why the fight breaks out. But I don't think Johnny's going to just sit back and let them fight. So, yeah, if he's there, he would try to break it up. Daniel, too. Like, Carmen, too, right? If Carmen were there, she would try to break it up. Rosa, you know. But I think they're not there, which is why the fight happens. Yeah. Silver testing Tori, saying he thinks she's ready for the next level. Definitely. You know, and you can anticipate some sort of mind games from Silver, right? We absolutely can participate, you know, and Silver kind of doing this with Tori. And maybe he's not even entirely wrong. Maybe she is on some level ready for the next level. So it's not like he's just lying, like, but he's casting his web on her. Philomena? Silver has money, connections, Snake and Dennis to call on. Silver and Barnes blame each other for the tournament loss. Daniel's calling Barnes. Does Daniel have Mike Barnes' phone number? Is Mike Barnes, even if Mike Barnes is on bad terms with Silver, does that mean he's on good terms with Daniel? I don't necessarily see that connection. And besides, Daniel already called someone. Daniel called Chosen. If you recall.
And I am gasoline.
Daniel's already got the gasoline. He doesn't need any more matches to go with it. Daniel's got the gasoline. He's got Chosen. So Daniel doesn't have to call Barnes. So like, in fact, I don't think Daniel calls Barnes. He's got the guy he wants. He's got the gas, you know? He's got the gas. Johnny's the matches. Chosen's the gas. Johnny's the matches. They got all they need. And Daniel is the emergency fire extinguisher. So gas, matches, and fire extinguisher. What else do you need? He doesn't need Barnes. So yeah, I still think Barnes is going to be on Silver's side. Right? So okay, so this is something we've been talking about. 747 okay, yeah, and John here also, we're talking about like, are those LaRusso Auto locations? So the thing about LaRusso Auto is he doesn't have that many locations. He had like 4 in season 1, but they do have a Van Nuys location because they were in Van Nuys in seasons 3 and 4. And in fact, I was never unsure. I always thought in season 4, when Tory Barge is in there, they're still in the Van Nuys location. Because I thought it said Van Nuys. Well, I'll have to double check. But like this, if that's Van Nuys, this is Sherman Oaks, North Hollywood. That was season 2. Woodland Hills was like season 1. No, this is Woodland Hills. I think this would be Tarzana, but then there's like this Reseda location, which is out of nowhere. I don't know. It's gonna be yeah, right. He's gonna go to someone like Julie more than Chosen. But yeah, see, so the location we definitely can't account for, like if these were LaRusso Autos, is this one, which is, I guess, in Reseda. So that's the question mark. What is that? Because they have Tarzana, Woodland Hills, Sherman Oaks, North Hollywood, and I guess that's Van Nuys. But I think it could be something else. I do think it could be something else. How do you think season 5 will end? Probably in a big fight. They've definitely been hinting at some sort of big fight going on, different tiers and everything. So, how will Kreese get revenge on Silver? That's a good question. Will Kreese team up with Daniel and Johnny? Maybe, but I don't think they would accept Kreese's help. So that's kind of the big question. Okay, the mall where the first dojo was in the show, yeah, where Johnny opened up. I've thought maybe Daniel takes it over, or Johnny will take it back over for Eagle Fang. I don't necessarily think they're going to drop that location altogether, though. Maybe they will, but yeah, definitely. I think they'll still find another use for it. Boy, I don't know how season 5 ends. Like end, man, I don't know. There's a lot of theories that Silver's gone at the end of season 5, so something like that. The Reds one. the Reseda one was the no, but it wasn't in Reseda. Wherever it was. He'll do anything to get out of jail. Yeah, it's unclear how long he'll be in jail, for sure. This is Chosen. I was unsure, but it sure looks like him. And as someone pointed out, it's like a Hawaiian shirt, which basically says this is Chosen. I figure if Johnny's with Chosen, presumably Daniel's here too. It's not gonna. I mean, I doubt Johnny and Chosen are together by themselves. Like if he's with Daniel, it makes sense. I'm not sure what's going on here though. It is interesting. Why Johnny's here with them both. Kreese will have to earn the definitely Kreese. If it's even possible. And I mean, I don't think Daniel's willing to give Kreese a chance to earn his trust. So we'll see. The dancing monks. I don't think the monks will be back, but we'll see. You think it's Dimitri? No, that's not Dimitri. I don't think that the back of Dimitri's head looks like that. No, I don't. I don't think Dimitri's in the trailer at all. But we'll see. What the hell happened here? Yeah. He's reflecting on, he's the one who reopened Cobra Kai. He started all this. So, I mean, I definitely think like there's a little bit of reflection on his part. You don't think Dugan should be in the show? He's not a part of Cobra Kai. Yeah, he's the Alpha Elite. Yeah, unless they find a way to spin it. I think it's Cole has the theory that Dugan was there in Vietnam with them. I mean, that theory's been floating around. I just think like if they had intended Dugan to be there, like in the cage in those season 3 Vietnam scenes, I think they would have made it a little more obvious, in my own opinion. Like I think they would have gone ahead and made it like to not make it obvious and then come back a few seasons later and be like, haha, that was me. To me, just feels like a cheat. So that's just my own opinion. He could show up, but find a different way to work him in. What do you think Eli and Dimitri will be up to? Yeah, and the others. Well, the thing is, Eli and more properly known as Hawk and Dimitri, no hints at their storyline, no real clues. Like season 4 ended and it almost feels like their storylines are finished. Like Hawk won the championship. He overcame Kyler. He beat Robbie even, in a tough match. Dimitri seriously proved himself making the semifinals. Really good showing. They're back together. They're friends. Binary brothers. You almost feel like their storyline is done. So like what happens next, boy, who knows? Like I think it may involve something with like Daniel and Miyagi-Do. Maybe wanting to expand Miyagi-Do. I can see Hawk being a part of that. Let me show you. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it. So one of the theories I had regarding Sam, there he is. There's our Hawk. There he is. Is like, especially like if Daniel wants to make Hawk as the champion here, like the face of Miyagi-Do, because he won and he's trying to compete with Terry Silver and Cobra Kai. So he's trying to compete with them So he wants to make Hawk the face's like champion. It's like a marketing thing, right? It's just pure marketing. Put your champion forward. And that creates resentment from her because she feels like, I've done this all my life. He was in Miyagi-Do for 5 weeks, right? He was in Miyagi-Do for 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Why is he the face of Miyagi-Do? I've done it all my life. Why are you passing me up? And it could create like resentment from her. And maybe that's partially what's going on in this scene. She has to kind of like let go of that resentment because her father's trying to push Miyagi-Do as the alternative to Cobra Kai. But he's doing that with Hawk, the champion, not her. It makes sense to me that she would feel, she would feel a little bit jealous or upset or being overlooked by her father. Could be a passerby. Could be. Yeah, I thought that too. Going to early college. That's one way to get him away from the storyline. Yeah. Richard Ponytail Dugan had a brother who becomes Colonel Dugan. Yeah. Yeah. Richard Ponytail Dugan his brother Dutch became a colonel and became to know Kreese and Silver to own her past mistakes. Yeah. I mean, I think this scene is more than Sam owning her past mistakes because, like, if you think about it, Eli, that is to say, better known as Hawk here with the trophy, that's not like her mistake, right? Think about it. Like there's nothing like these two are not really connected, right? They're not really connected. Hawk winning the championship has nothing to do with Sam, good or bad. She was happy for him at the time. So what happens after? And that's why I said in my breakdown, I felt like this scene was maybe more, it was maybe more like her insecurities, things maybe she was dealing with. So that's why like these are her insecurities or, things where maybe she feels like she messed up or something. Like, and that's why I can see her after the fact being a little resentful towards him because he's like the Miyagi-Do champion, having been in Miyagi-Do 5 weeks, which is about as long as Daniel trained Miyagi-Do when he won. Dutch Dugan. It was spoiled. Yes. Colonel Dutch Dugan. How do you think Silver will find Barnes? Well, he's really rich, so he can have his people track someone down. Apollo James, you're actually not alone on that. There's a lot of people who just didn't really love Stingray in season 4. My opinion, I always felt like season 2 was a good story for him. It had a beginning, a middle, and end. It kind of ended on a fun note with him beating the kids up and walking away, past the camera. Like I thought it was a good beginning, middle, and end. It was a good story. Then they bring him back. I'm not thrilled about it. Like, it's just, I mean, I agree. But he will probably be back in some way because now he's kind of like tied into this whole story, with, having put Kreese away and, wanting to be in Cobra Kai. And that was part of the deal. Literally all you said was correct. That's pretty, that happens a lot. I make a lot of good predictions. They're not always right. You can't get everything right, but, if you can kind of grasp the direction the characters are going to go at or where the show is going to go at, you can kind of get, some general things right and some big ideas right. You may not get the specifics right, but definitely. Yeah, the Sam and Hawk dynamic I think is interesting because you're right, Jay. Kisses, they really haven't been friends. They're not, the best. They seemed to get along, at least in terms of the tournament, but they didn't really interact with each other. So I think that's, coming up here. They fought each other. I always point out to people, Sam fought Hawk as many times as she fought Tori. So think about it like that. They found him a decent plot line. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Yeah, he's definitely a comedic character. I mean, that's for sure. And one thing you do should do, John, Josh, and Hayden, they really love Paul Walter Hauser. So to them, just adding Stingray into the show is like candy for them or something. They love it. So consequently, Stingray will be around at least a little while longer. Since when is Dutch in prison? Well, in season 2, they said he was up in Lompoc. It's worth noting that it is a federal prison. So no, Dutch will not encounter Kreese. Kreese isn't going to federal prison. So yeah, definitely like evil Sam or, bad Sam or her other side, the girl in black. Yeah, without a doubt. It's like evil Sam or something. In my breakdown video, I threw a few other ideas, which I do think, if we're only seeing half of it, like I think an interesting idea is it's not necessarily evil Sam. It's just the other side of Sam, the Sam we saw in season 4. And it wasn't necessarily a bad Sam, the Sam that connected with Johnny, the Sam that maybe wanted to fight a little more aggressively in the tournament. So this fight isn't about her beating evil Sam. Maybe it's about finding balance. It would actually be interesting if this fight cuts back and forth between both sides and we actually see it from both perspectives. So the trailer showing us this Sam, but maybe we can see the other. I may be way overthinking that. Maybe it is evil Sam. Like there's nothing wrong with taking the very basic interpretation. This is Sam fighting her evil half and she needs to defeat it. But I always try to look for like a deeper thing and like seeing this as like just the Sam from season 4, the Sam that connected with Johnny, the Sam that like got a little aggressive against Piper in the tournament. And she needs to find balance between these two is something I think would be cool. I don't know if the show will do that. Well, she won't sell it. Yeah, I think she'll keep it. Maybe she just doesn't display it. I do think she'll keep it. You can expect Tori to say a trophy doesn't mean anything or something like that. Maybe. You like the idea of aggressive Sam. Yeah, like there was, Sam in season 4 made some decent points, like why shouldn't I learn Eagle Fang? Why shouldn't I learn different styles to attack? And I think that's why I would like to see this, or I mean, I threw out the possibility that this is like Sam just fighting the two sides. And it's not about defeating evil Sam. It's about finding balance between them and moving forward, which to me feels very on brand, right? It feels very Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do, Karate Kid story, finding your balance. Carmen, yeah, see, this is Cameron, a good point. Like I always say, we don't know how it ended with Barnes and Silver. If Silver just paid Barnes a bunch of money and said, okay, you can go home now, maybe it's not necessarily bad blood between them. Just joined, gonna subscribe. You sound cool. Thank you very much, Reaper Tuna. Be sure to subscribe, leave a like. Yeah, definitely a lot of stuff here. It's like Ray fighting Dark Ray. Yeah, I mean, or when Luke fought himself in The Empire Strikes Back is definitely, we've seen stuff like this before. But let's see the Karate Kid version of that. Let's see, how they play it with Sam. Because I think, I don't know. I'm hoping to this idea that maybe it's like actually both, we see the fight from both sides, and it's the Sam, from season 4, like the more aggressive Sam, Dark Sam, is how Mary Mauser put it. She called it Dark Sam, but has some good points and some good techniques. And then Sam from, seasons 1 and 2, and then finding balance. In fact, even this, she's using the size. This is the season 4 weapon versus the season 3 weapon. Ooh. Miguel gets it. Oh, yeah. Definitely against the guys in Mexico. Presumably that's Mexico. Where is that? Yeah. These guys look a little bit tougher, though, than Kyler and his gang. Did I miss it? I don't know. I don't have the trailer memorized yet. I need to have it. Yeah. These guys look a little bit tougher than Kyler's gang, so we'll see how this fight goes. Maybe he meets his father here. Kiefer Sutherland to play Dutch. I never thought of that, but maybe. No, they're not going to recast Dutch, one way or another. So just, Dutch is in Lompoc prison, and that's that. Optimus Prime versus Nemesis Prime. No, I don't necessarily know if he'd give up 50% of everything, but he'd let him have 50% of the dojo he's teaching at. So, your classic bad guy. Yeah, the guy sitting down looks like your class. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Very much like, haven't I seen this guy before? Like, it's like, haven't I seen him before in like 20 movies, Join channel. Yes. Quoting Miyagi here. Join channel, yes. Join channel, no. Join channel, guess so. Miss out on content. Yeah. Multiple fights. Yeah. It definitely could be something along those lines. Yeah. I'm definitely thinking something big like that. Yes, that was probably my highlight way back when we were looking at season 3. Oh, Jay Kisses thinks Miguel's dad owns the fighting ring. Could be. I've been thinking something like that. And as we know, and as I pointed out, where is it? Well, you know what? I just feel like if he owned the place, he wouldn't be like this. He does seem to be almost like just another spectator. I mean, I guess you can't say for sure. But the EHV matches all the leaked pics that we saw. So definitely it's the same spot. Does he own it? I don't know. Or maybe he fought here, or maybe he did something here. I had some dealings with it. That could all be. Take care, Mega Cloud. Thank you for coming in. Peyton said something about Tori finds happiness with Robbie. When and where did she say that? I haven't caught everything, especially some of the more recent stuff. But when and where did Peyton say she finds happiness with Robbie? Will Snake and Dennis come back? I would say there's at least a modest chance Snake and Dennis could come back. I mean, I think there would be enthusiasm, and they're John, Josh, and Hayden, I think would love to bring them in, and it makes sense. They had more of a working relationship with Terry Silver, that Silver could call him up and get him back in. Talking to his younger self, interesting theory. Almost the implication that like Silver's having a moment similar to Sam. I don't think so. But if they did Silver tripping out on coke or something, maybe. What % chance is there of Mike being in season 5? Stating the obvious, dude. I would say it's very high. The way season 4 ended, I'm sure I can find some old friends to help out while you deal with your legal problems. Like that line, man, it's just too hinting right at Barnes and or Snake and Dennis. So definitely, I think it's definitely a very good chance. Oh, Mexico City, 30-hour drive. Yeah, I guess it's a pretty long way. I've never driven it myself, but I assume it's a long way. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, Jay Kisses. He shows up in his suit, and I think I pointed that out in the live stream. What was it? Thursday night? I don't know, what day was that? It was Thursday night. Yeah, I think that like he is like the only one in a suit there, looking sharp. So yeah, that's a good point. Do you think this was the best teaser trailer for Cobra Kai? I don't know. I do think maybe it's the better one for the Netflix ones. We got a little bit more. It's a little bit more that stuff I can work with, if that makes sense. The season 3 and season 4 kind of date teaser trailers were just like a couple very quick out of context images that didn't really say anything. Now, on the reverse of that is, in something I said early in the stream, is the stuff we saw is mostly stuff we knew was going to happen from the end of season 4. We knew Terry Silver would be expanding. We knew Johnny was going to find Miguel in Mexico. And we knew maybe Sam had some stuff she wanted to deal with. So, like, we didn't find anything new. Like, this is the stuff we knew was going to happen in season 4. Or in season 5, because of how season 4 ended. But I do like that we got a little bit of just some scenes and some moments that helped. The Chosen, yeah, that's true. It didn't actually have any footage of the show, but yeah, the Chosen teaser was probably really cool. Wait. Oh yeah, okay. No. I'm sorry. I got that confused. I was talking about the Silver trailer. The Silver teaser last year, but yeah, the Chosen, that was actually a great one. In fact, that was better, and that wasn't even a teaser. That was a tag at the end of the Legacy trailer. But like I actually felt like that was better than like the season 3 teaser, which was like the heartbeat and just tons of images out of context, no dialogue, nothing. But like my favorite was taking that 6 seconds. It was like 6 seconds essentially of new footage and I made like three videos on it, like three big long videos to breaking it down. Like I really enjoyed that. Barnes comes at the end of season. No, I think it'll be early. Just die of old age. Yeah, but that would be anticlimactic if he just died in old age. Yes, everyone's favorite plot or, trivia. Ralph is younger than Silver. Michael T. Flex. Can't wait to see Chosen. You're not alone, man. Chosen gonna be kicking some butt. Actually, let's go. Let's get this one. Yeah. There you go. There's your boy Chosen. He's ready. He uses these to pop the gasoline containers. This is the All Valley board again. They'll be back. One thing you can always look at is, John always talks about how much he loves the All Valley board. They may not be back this season, but they'll find a way to work them back in, one way or another. It was a lot of fun. They are fun, yeah. A battle between karate and a normal life. So probably thinks about karate even after she lost. That's an interesting way of. I didn't think of it like that. But it does seem like she's more fighting like Dark Sam or Evil Sam or something like that. The actual fight. Although the moments of her kind of looking around, you could see that. But, Yasmin and Moon in the cheerleader costumes, like, probably reflects more of like a bad moment from her past, something she regrets or something like that. I'm hungry. You know what? You can make kebab on size. Did you know that? Just put some meat and vegetables on that and put it over a fire and you got it's a weapon - cooking instrument. I am the guess. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Everyone's looking forward to that. Everyone is looking forward to that one, man. Can you really make serious money running a karate dojo? I'll tell you this. Back when I did Taekwondo, I think like if you have a successful school, I mean, I do think a lot of people have their own schools, dojos, and you struggle to get students. But if you have a successful school, you can actually be doing pretty well at it. Like when I went to a really good Taekwondo school, and I always observed how like the woman who owned it, her daughter, and like some of her teachers were all driving these like really nice cars. I mean, I think if you're good, and the thing is, this is moving. I know you're asking about the show, how Johnny gets so much money, but like, it's if you have to run it as a business, and if you can run a good business, getting students and getting people to join and keeping a constant flow of students and keeping them engaged, you can make some good money. Terry Silver pays the high school. Yeah, I mean, nothing's past him. He would if he thought he could. We get Johnny's Applebee's flashback in season 6. Yeah. So they said that. That was Hayden who said that. Someone posted the video. Peter sent it to me. But we'll see if that actually happens or if Hayden is kind of joking around there. We'll see. Like part of the allure of the whole flashbacks thing, it's one of those things that it's better left unexplained, because like it lets your imagination fill in the gaps, and your imagination will always be better or crazier than anything they could come up with. It's one of those things, like sometimes it works partially because it's not explained. So they may not do that. We'll see. Robbie and Miguel team up by the end of season 5. Definitely could be. And something like I said in my trailer breakdown video, which if you haven't seen, make sure you see that, is, maybe it could be the girls that help bring them together. The girls get over their stuff, and getting over their stuff helps these two come together. I think that would be a good way, rather than the constant fighting. Do you think Aisha will make an appearance? Maybe, but probably not. Maybe in a flashback, especially since Sam is remembering Moon and Yasmin from the Halloween. But I don't expect anything. I don't expect it, so I'll just answer it like that. Hundreds of Cobra Kai students are in the high school. Yeah. One thing I think that they never said, but I think is implied if you watch in season 4, I think the high school instituted a ban on wearing like logo clothes, so they can't wear their Cobra Kai clothes anymore. Because before they were, Miguel and everyone was wearing their Cobra Kai clothes, but it seems like the school put a ban on that. It's never in dialogue, but if you just look, no one is wearing their clothes like that anymore. Better fighter and character than Daniel. Definitely he could be. Might there be more secrets? There's always got to be secrets. You got to keep it going. Plus we got that scroll that Anthony was reading that Chosen gave Daniel. A good chance to... I don't necessarily think so. Is Robbie's nose bleeding before Robbie tried to kick Miguel's face? I think so. I think we're looking at the fight in order, because they're fighting basically from right to left here. So yeah. So the answer is yes. Friends, at least in that are Tori Piper, that Cobra Kai stick together. So, at least pseudo friends. Unfortunately, Piper's not in the trailer, which is a little bit of a letdown. It could just be implied like I said, like I think if these are supposed to be like the advanced class, if this is maybe Piper isn't qualified for the advanced class. She did only just sign up. But, yeah, we don't have Piper in these shots, so I don't know what to make of it. I hope she's still in it in some capacity. I don't know how, but, she wasn't actually in it a whole lot. But I like the addition of her and, the dynamics it brings. So, of course. Wait, just wait until Terry Silver opens up Cobra Kai dojos in Okinawa. And it's going to get real personal for Chosen. He starts opening up in Okinawa? No, you don't. Lots of Tori and Sam theories for sure. There have always been lots of Tori and Sam theories. Miguel's dad will fight with Johnny? Totally depends on how the Mexico storyline goes. At the moment, I don't think so. but we'll see what happens. Daniel needs to learn, like Chosen, yeah. A little bit bleeding. I don't necessarily think so. I didn't catch that. Johnny a little bit bleeding. I mean, I don't think he's a little bit bleeding there. He's taking that guy out. Johnny don't bleed. Is someone going to die this season? I might as well predict it. Yeah. I got to get right sooner or later. Definitely Barnes has got to be a top tier fighter one way or another. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Tori needs a good girl bestie. Of course, Piper seemed to hit on Tori a little bit, and I don't know if that went over well with Tori, but yeah, you're right. Do you think Robbie and Daniel will reconnect? That's an interesting question. Possibly, maybe after Mexico. But who knows? Daniel will go back to maybe, but probably not in season 5. Besides, I think Silver's at the point he can buy out the All Valley board. Silver will control it. Will he ever win? I don't know. Maybe you find that you don't have to win. Do you think Miguel's dad will confront Carmen? That's an interesting question, and I said before, you would think there has to be some sort of resolution, because like if Miguel's dad never addresses Carmen or she never addresses him, it seems like there's like a big hole there. So I don't know. You would think there's got to be at least some sort of resolution, especially if like Johnny is going to propose to Carmen at some point. Like you think like she's got to like resolve her previous marriage first on some level. How that goes, I don't know, because we just don't know anything about his dad. But you would think there needs to be some sort of resolution. Maybe she's talking to him in this scene, like she's talking to Miguel, and he puts his father on the phone. Like, I don't know. It'd be interesting. Do you think Chosen can beat Terry in a fight? Yeah. I mean, Chosen is badass. He's gasoline. So why not? Yeah. Tori is making her hit the stone not to help her. Yeah, but why does he want to torture her? I mean, yeah, maybe he was willing to do it to Daniel because he blamed Daniel for what happened to Kreese and everything. But Tori won the tournament. Like, he's got no reason to want to take it out on Tori. Do you think Silver hits on Carmen? No, he may hit on Robbie's mom, though. Did he already? Maybe. It's actually pretty well. Yes. Like, I mean, these are like significant things. That's why I say, like, I don't know what'll happen, but it seems like there needs to be a little bit of resolution between Carmen and Miguel's dad in one way or another, in regards to Miguel, in regards to their marriage. So, that's why I predicted maybe it's possible Miguel's father comes back to LA with them. I'm not sure that's going to happen. But it just seems like something needs to happen to sort of like resolve between those two. I mean, maybe it's only a scene. I don't know. But something. Seeing Griffith. Still got it. Chosen. Michael T. Flex is your absolutely big Chosen fan who just is fully expecting Chosen to blaze through all of them. Do you think Mike Barnes is Tori's dad? No. I have a video on that. I think Sean Kanan was screwing with Peyton List, and said he was, and he was like screwing with her because Sean Kanan likes to screw with people. He does it with the fans. He does it with her. So we'll see. But the answer is no. So he got her to think he was her dad, but he's actually not. Probably not, but then like she could end up doing it. Did she take the job? Like she did take the cash though, right? Like the funny thing about that scene is like, oh, he gave me this cash or something. Like, so who knows? Oops. He wants Tori to be stronger than ever, essentially is what you're getting at. Yeah. I mean, especially if she's training to be like a sensei or teacher or something. You know, something about that lesson, obviously, you know, these are the senseis. This is like the advanced or something. Testing lesson, something. Yeah, I don't know if those are his students, if they're other senseis or just hired goons, you know. You know, like who is he beating up in Karate Kid 3 at the beginning there? I don't know. People who worked for him, who get paid to lose. Tori leaves Cobra Kai, maybe, but it's not early for sure. You know, this is probably early in the season, but we'll see. Was there still? I mean, I think so. Yeah. I mean, I think so. They filmed it last year, so yeah. I mean, I don't know. The industry had rules, like even if it wasn't necessarily like mandated by law, the industry had their own little practices that they were following. Silver's beating up Stingray. Yeah. We floated the idea that he's talking to Stingray in this scene, which could make sense, maybe. Like, who else is it? It seems like he's talking to someone who works for him, so at least Stingray is possible. Never been more hyped, yeah, and it's going to continue through the summer here. Joe B still wondering if Tori leaves Cobra Kai. If she does, it's late season. If Tori leaves Cobra Kai. Silver will defeat Chosen with Quicksilver. Maybe. The actress who played Margaret died. Well, yeah, she wasn't going to be back. She was older. It's the senseis fighting Silver. That would make sense. And he still establishes he's on top. He's better than everyone. He is. You know, as Kreese introduced him, one of the most ferocious fighters in the history of the sport. I love that introduction, and you want to see it, you know? See, they don't have the red on the arms. See, he has the red, but he doesn't. But so you don't know who this is. They don't have the red on the arms. So just guys he pays to fight them, and then he kicks their butt. Right? How much time? So that's a good question. Because it definitely appears like it's not like the next day, right? Like it's not the next day, but it can't be that long. Johnny's not going to float around that long. So it could be up to a week, give or take. How many more trailers do you think we're going to get? I think there will be a main trailer in August. Like I said, early to mid-August will be like the main regular trailer. There may be a few sneaks or something over the summer. Maybe they'll drop something in July, something around like when after Stranger Things comes out or something. You know, they may so they may do something like that. Like a little bit of a sneak scene or something in the run up, but otherwise one main trailer. Winner if Robbie leaves Cobra Kai, hope Tori follows him. Maybe. You know, in the end, we don't know what Robbie's doing. You know, is Robbie leaving for Eagle Fang to just be with his dad? We'll see. Cobra Kai will go full MMA. Maybe, but they got to keep it karate. You know, they got to keep it like it's always going to be karate. So you got to stay true to the roots. So, you know, they mix in different forms and stuff, and they've been doing that since season 1, but they'll keep it with the karate roots. You got to keep the karate roots. Sabrina Cooper hopes Tori leaves Cobra Kai. Yeah, people have been saying that, but like I've been saying for a while, Tori's not going to leave. Certainly not right away. You know, and as you see her in these moments, like she's not gone. So, not gone yet, you know? Do you think Netflix will greenlight season 6? I would say it's a good chance. It definitely seems to be one of their more popular shows. It's good for other business reasons because like it's a popular show, but like its production cost is relatively lower, even though they want a bigger budget. Like I think like it costs like less money than like Stranger Things, which they spent. You know, it's insane. They spent like $270 million on Stranger Things. Like, man, like it's like what, like $30 million an episode or something. Like it's gonna be crazy. But you know, this is pennies compared to stuff like that, and it gets maybe not as many views, but man, it's one of their top shows. So for that reason, yeah, definitely they'll get, you know, the season 6 or 7. You know, there's enough financial interest that I think it makes sense. And especially if they're making money off like merchandising and stuff. Isn't it nice to see Terry Silver all happy? He's all happy. He hasn't fought Chosen yet. He doesn't know who Chosen is at this moment. Chosen's not on his mind. I thought you meant Daniel's son, but you know, you mean Anthony, Daniel's son. Yes, definitely. Anthony will be in season 5. He's not in any of the teases, but you know, like these teases are very specific. Like I said, what they've shown us is sort of the stuff we knew was going to happen based on how season 4 ended. Season 4 ended. Terry Silver said, we're going to expand Cobra Kai's all over the valley. Season 4 ended with Miguel going to Mexico, and it ended with Johnny saying, I'm going to go look for Miguel. You know, and that's most of what this trailer is. So, and then season 4 ended with Sam upset that she lost the tournament and apologized to her dad. And we got that. So everything in this trailer is sort of the parts of season 4 we knew were going to happen. It's early season 4. It's the parts we knew was going to happen. You know, Kenny's very serious about Cobra Kai. So what we haven't seen is the stuff when they keep saying season 4 is wild and you can't predict anything. That's what we didn't see, right? The wild, you can't predict what's going to happen. That's what we don't see here. So that's what's not in this trailer, is all the wild, you can't predict it. Everything in the trailer is the stuff you could predict, and we have predicted. I've been talking about it. So we'll see. But yeah, definitely Anthony's going to be in there somehow. You know, and I think what they said, Mary in an interview kind of gave away like he picks up the karate really, really well. The actor, like, he's done a great job. So definitely. No. Sam is not going to join Cobra Kai. She has no desire to join Cobra Kai. You know, if anything, she liked Johnny's Eagle thing. And she kind of did train with Johnny. She left and trained with Johnny. So, but there's nothing about Cobra Kai. Cherry has the overpowered cocaine style karate. You know what? That is a great point. Can cocaine karate beat Chosen? That's a good question. Cocaine karate. Yeah, so this is the class. Familiar faces. That's Craig, right? The actor's name. Big Red, Kyler, Kenny. He was in seasons like 3 and 4, but like a lot of new people. We don't see Piper, but maybe Piper's not in the advanced class. I don't know what else to make. Yeah, we don't see Piper, and Tori's not in this either, but we see Tori training with the senseis. So maybe Tori's moving on. So Tori's beyond the advanced class. You know, what's also interesting is, is this an ad? Because like no one's teaching this class. So maybe it is an ad. I don't know. Matt Moore, thank you for that. Do you think the series will ever show Master Kim Sun-young and the whole backstory origins of Cobra Kai karate? I think you got the backstory origins. So the answer is you got the backstory in season 3. Captain Turner learned from him during the Korean War. But Kim Sun-young, it's not entirely clear if Kreese and Silver ever learned from him directly. They learned his style because he taught Captain Turner. Captain Turner taught them. So I think we got the Cobra Kai backstory. I don't know if they'll ever expand on it to include that, but I don't know if they ever studied from Kim Sun-young directly. But they learned his style through Captain Turner. What is Peter? Cocaine karate doesn't compare to a badass who busts out the side and ready to decapitate heads like he was spreading butter over bread. Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. Cocaine karate versus gasoline karate. We'll see. I am the cocaine. Well, I am the gasoline. You think we get a scene where Silver repeats word he said to Daniel in part 3? Tori, you're getting in that ring. You're our champ. Maybe, but who's she fighting? So I don't necessarily know about like that specific callback. Are the creators exaggerating the unpredictability of this season a wee bit? You know, that's an interesting thing, because something I've always noticed is the problem is creators, you know, they always talk so highly about what their show is going to be and what's coming up. And, you know, I remember seeing this on other shows, like watching other shows, and it's like, watching like the creator talk about some episodes that are coming up, and he's so in love with it. Oh, this is going to be so amazing. And I remember actually seeing those episodes and like understanding the point he's making, but like thinking like, well, it wasn't like that amazing. Like it wasn't like so mind blowing. Like I get the point. So yeah, like you're always going to be playing it up maybe a little bit. So, but like at the same time, like, I mean, I'm sure they do mean it. Like they do mean, this season will go in directions they didn't anticipate. And they've actually explained how they went into the writer's room with some basic ideas, but very open-ended on what'll happen. On previous seasons, like on season 4, when they went into the writer's room, they knew this is how the season is going to end. There's going to be a tournament. Cobra Kai is going to win. This is going to win. Miguel's going to Mexico. They had all this very lined up. Apparently, when they went into the writer's room in season 5, it was a lot more open-ended, and they hashed out what's actually going to happen with the writing team. And so it is a little bit more open-ended because they were figuring it out as they were going along. So yeah, I don't necessarily think it's played up. While every creator producer plays up maybe a little bit, I think they're not saying that just out of nowhere. They do genuinely believe what they're saying. Jay Kisses hopes Sean's come back and help Kenny. Maybe. I don't necessarily know if we'll get more Sean. It seems like he'll be getting out of juvie during this season. But, I feel like ultimately the storyline is with Kenny, not necessarily with Sean. Sean was like a way to introduce Kenny. Which was like an interesting way, and I think it worked. But to get to Kenny, but I think ultimately this is Kenny's story, so Sean will be mostly in the background. I don't think he'll have a big influence on it. Brianna, not that Brianna, but yeah, I hope this season doesn't feel as repetitive as the last ones have. Yeah, and previously they were always kind of following the themes and structure of the movies, Karate Kids 1, 2, and 3. They've now moved past that. So now they are totally going in a different direction, which is also partially why I think it was a lot more open-ended when they went into this writer's room. Silver may appear at Kreese's court session. Maybe, but they generally don't have court sessions, In a show about karate, who wants to watch court hearings? Sean way more than Kenny? I understand. For killing zombies. yeah, it's a good way to keep him in. He's just killing zombies. Yeah, he's also in another show, one of those Walking Dead shows. I don't watch it, but, sometimes when your actor isn't available, you just have no choice but to kind of write around it. Too old and big to be in Joey. I know what you mean, but on the other hand, he looked very intimidating. So, feel it weird they won the tournament twice? Well, yeah, but the show's called Cobra Kai, so like. Yeah, they're going to win. I like Chosen here. Let me see. That's not entirely true. Kyler won 2 fights against Miguel early in season 1. Kyler beat up Miguel. But he hasn't done so well since. We'll see. Will LaRusso Auto close? No, because Cobra Kai doesn't sell cars. Now, Cobra Kia, which is funny, I don't know if you meant that. Cobra Kia, the auto dealership spinoff of Cobra Kai, sells Kias and puts LaRusso Auto out of business, maybe, but otherwise they're not really the same. Watch party, they Chosen A team to defeat Cobra Kai? Maybe. Definitely, yeah. They're the team. Daniel and Chosen. No. Why would if Silver bails Kreese out? Kreese is coming for revenge. Kreese is showing no mercy. The last thing Silver wants is Kreese out. Do you think Daniel and Johnny will open their dojos again? Yeah, I think so. I think Daniel may even have a plan or something. Both beat up. Now it's Dimitri's turn. Yeah, you're right. Or an actual, yeah. I mean, I see what you mean. Beat down or an actual fight, but yeah. But I mean, Kyler did beat up Miguel early at the beginning of the series. Yeah, nothing on Miguel's dad though, so we'll see. Well, Daniel doesn't want Kreese out of jail. Like, Daniel despises Kreese. So why would Daniel bail Kreese out? No, Kreese is on his own. Do you think Silver is a better sensei than Kreese? Maybe. We'll see. You know, one of the things about season 4 is, you know, as Silver's teaching, he comes across as a really good sensei. Like, hey, this is a guy you want to learn from. Silver or Palpatine. You know, we're here, we'll say Terry Silver. Do you think we'll get another all that? Maybe. I don't know if they do another under 18 or over 18 or how they do it. But, you know, maybe they just want to take the show in a different direction too. Well, Johnny bail. Everyone's always no. I don't think anyone's bailing Kreese out. Kreese will be in jail, and we'll see how the charges go. Do you know what happened to Hawk? He won the All Valley. I mean, I know that, and he'll be in season 4, and he's in Sam's dream. We know Hawk is in Sam's dream, so that's where he is. Okay, I'll have to finish your breakdown. Hopefully I'll get to it. It is 2 hours, but I will get to it. Yeah, if Daniel bails Kreese out. I don't think he will, but I'll see what you say, and then we'll come back to that. Do you think Daniel is going to open the dojo under his dojo or Chosen's dojo? Chosen was teaching classes. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how they play it. Does he open under a different name or something? Someone earlier actually referenced me on Ken's live stream, but mentioned neither me nor Kim. Well, that happens, I guess. Next tournament will be 10 times bigger than the All Valley. Yeah, some sort of national tournament or something. Could be. Although I think the problem with something like that is we don't necessarily want to take away from the allure of the All Valley. One of the, like, the just charms of like Cobra Kai is that, like, you know, like the All Valley karate tournament is like the biggest tournament in the world. Determines everything. Still don't know what this poster is. Someone left a comment like, what is that poster? And I'm like, I don't know. I wondered in the my live stream when this trailer dropped. Like, I feel like her room is kind of odd. Do you think Hawk and Sam will have a mini rivalry? They could. You know, and an interesting way to see it is if they have like a rivalry, but it's completely in Sam's mind. Like Hawk thinks things are fine. And, you know, Miyagi-Do's expanding, but like Sam is feeling jealousy. That's something I've talked about here now. as like Sam feels some jealousy, but like Hawk doesn't even realize it. And that's what's going on. That's why he's here. Tori and Sam to become friends so bad. Yeah, you're not alone. People have been talking about it. People have been asking Mary and Peyton about it. You know, and they just kind of say, well, you never know. They're an All Valley National Championship. Now you can introduce. Yeah, it's still the All Valley, but it's the All Valley Nationals. Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe? Is it? No, that's like a dollar sign. That's not Masters of the Universe. With like a rainbow. I don't know, something really weird. Oh, I was gonna try to reverse image search it. I'll do that after this stream. Yeah, if they have another All Valley, it would be for that. It would be for Kenny, Anthony, Devin, and them. We'll see. It'll just be hard to match the buildup that we had in season 4. So it does make sense that they would then move on. They're going to move on to something else. Maybe. Actually, I like this. Yes, Cobra Kai can expand. Why can't? You know, Ron is ambitious. He is ambitious. And a few choice words from Silver into Ron's ear will definitely make him, yeah, why shouldn't we be a national tournament? That's my Ron impression. Tori's conflicted. Did she really want it? Yeah. Definitely it doesn't give her the feelings she was hoping to have. You know, and we kind of knew this was going to happen. That's like when I say this trailer, while I like it more, it showed us some scenes we can actually understand what's going on. It did show us stuff we kind of knew was going to happen. Like we probably figured, Tori was going to feel a little hollow about this victory and such because of what happened. So yeah. How do you think? Well, they have to first decide to get married. It'll be a little awkward, I guess. I don't necessarily know if Johnny would propose until he feels like, Miguel and Robbie are on good terms. There is still some bad blood, and that may extend to Carmen as well. Robbie kicked Miguel over the railing, right? So maybe Johnny will feel like he can't really marry Carmen until these kids are at least on good terms. But maybe it'll happen. No more Carrie Underwood. Don't worry. I don't think there's going to be any more Carrie Underwood. What grade is Devin in? I actually don't know. She's apparently in high school. So we know that much. You get the impression she's younger than them. So maybe she was a freshman or sophomore. 10 or 11 or 12. Yeah, I would say like 9 or 10. Because they were juniors in this past year. Oh, man. Everyone skiing has a celebrity crush, and it's Peyton List. Do you think Johnny will get Carmine pregnant? I don't know, it may be, but not anytime soon. Yeah, Mr. Miyagi was never about showing off or bragging, but that doesn't mean Daryl isn't. So that's coming from Daryl. It's not Mr. Miyagi. So, let's see. So I think we pretty much went through it a little bit more in depth. I do want to make some video about maybe Chosen. Got a lot more coming out. I'm also trying to deal with House of the Dragon. Let's see if Watch Party can handle two fandoms at once. Yeah. Okay. Apollo James confesses he's got a thing for Vanessa Rubio, who only had one shot in the trailer, not a whole lot, of her looking worried on the phone. I don't even know. I can't even find. There it is. Yeah. So that's your only Vanessa Rubio. Like the last piece of wedding cake. Yeah, that's definitely one way to end it. That's definitely one way to end the series. All right, let's see. We've gone an hour and 40 minutes. A lot of fun. Definitely, we got a lot new content to talk about. Really pumped. I think everyone's pumped for this trailer. I think that's pretty clear. Will Eagle Fang open again? We'll see. We'll see what Johnny does when he gets back from Mexico. I think it'll depend on a lot of things. But Johnny always seemed intent on honoring the deal. Like Cobra Kai wins, fine, he'll shut down. So that's what I say. Like Johnny always seemed intent on honoring that deal. It was Daniel who's like, I'm not going to honor that deal. They don't even have any honor. So that's sort of Johnny. And he does. Obviously, he goes to Mexico. He's not teaching. So what happens with his students and stuff? Well, we don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take off. Happy Mother's Day. If for the mothers out there, or if you're there, celebrate Mother's Day. What are you making? Yeah, I got to. I will at some point. I'll get to it. But we'll take care for now.